I'm going to show you how to get from this to this using texture sprays. Hi, I'm Skylar McDonald, trichologist, hair extraordinaire, and I am interested in all things hair and the science of hair, yada, yada, yada. Let's get into it. I'm going to start off by telling you what texture sprays actually are. And it can get a little confusing because we have texture sprays, hairsprays, wax sprays, sea salt sprays, and even some dry shampoo sprays can give you texture and volume. So it's hard to define what texture spray actually is. I am specifically going to be talking about texture sprays for volume today. Let me know in the comments if there are any specific texture sprays you would like me to review on, or just say hello.
Hello, nice to meet you.
The texture sprays that I'm going to be reviewing today are primarily composed of a main lifting agent like silica, zeolite, or basically those powdery minerals that give the hair that grit. These sprays, like some hairsprays, have some polymer grip to it, which is a film-forming agent that grips onto the hair, giving it that grippy feel. Depending on the texture spray, this can be light and flexible, or quite strong hold like a hairspray. There are other ingredients that are in texture sprays like humectants, oils, and silicones, to name a few, that give a different feel to these products, and it does make a difference. The compilation of all these ingredients really affect the end result of the product. I promise at the end of this video, you will be well-knowledged on what to buy, and you'll never look at texture volume sprays the same again. I will be revealing my favorite texture spray at the end of this video, and it's really good and sadly empty. I'm going to start with my classic go-to texture sprays, which I feel are the classic cult, make fine hair bigger type sprays. First, I'm going to start with the Sam McKnight Cool Girl texture spray. This is an entry-level texture spray. It's the most basic formula type texture spray that I'll be mentioning in this video, and you might be thinking, basic, but I say, nay, nay. This is the beauty of this product. It's simple. It's for that person that wants to have a second day lived-in feeling, barely there, but definitely there. It has a very simple film former. The grittiness that you get from the silica powder in the formulation is a little bit matte, but not too matte. For the most texture sprays, you're going to need to have some texture to get the full result of the spray, because texture builds on top of texture to make hair bigger, but that's not so with this spray. Even with the straightest hair, it does actually work. This product gives that fashion lived-in feeling that you get on the second day after washing your hair. If you're looking for that volume, big hair, this isn't the one. And if you have very thick hair, you're going to go through this really quickly. But if you want a barely there result, something that is brushable, an entry-level texture spray with a really dry, light feeling, then this is it. And I'd rate this, yeah, I'd buy it again. Another cool use for this spray is to use it before you put your hair up. It adds a little bit of grip without that hairspray feeling and just makes your hair a bit more plumper and thicker, so pins can go in it a little bit better. The Living Proof Dry Texture Spray has been the holy grail for texture sprays for a really long time now, and it's no surprise because I still haven't found anything really similar to this product. It's pretty genius because it's primarily gritty rather than sticky. It just has the right mix of polymers and lifting agents to make this work. It also has some good oil absorbing ingredients, which are similar to some dry shampoo formulations. So the end result is this gritty, oil absorbing that gives the hair that really fresh feel. I think of it as kind of like a dry shampoo texture hybrid. The dry volume spray is good after a blow dry, and it's good for second day refreshes as well. This spray is brushable enough for even the most fine, fragile hair. If you have fine hair like me and you know the pain of ripping your hair after applying a texture spray, you will seek comfort in this spray. There isn't so many oils in the ingredients that you reach a point of no return where you kind of like overproduct your hair. It pretty much stays dry and not weighed down. And it's long lasting. You will feel it until you wash it. So it's perfect. I can't fault it. This is my go-to for pretty much all hair types, especially fine hair. So I'm gonna rate this product a hell yeah. And the last of these texture sprays is the Oribe Thick Dry Finishing Spray. Now, Oribe has 2 texture sprays from what I can remember, and I find this one packs a better punch, so I'm gonna be reviewing this one. The other one is a bit more like Cool Girl from Sam McKnight. In my opinion, it's really, really light. This thick, dry texture spray, on the other hand, you can really feel it, and it is beautiful. Like, really, really beautiful. Oribe products are expensive. These are premium products with an array of quality ingredients. The product has a perfect balance of those grippy powders and a very light, flexible polymer, and it also has a fantastic mix of silicones, humectants, and oils. So the finish isn't totally matte. It actually has like a light shine to it compared to other texture sprays. Just compared to other texture sprays. It's not a shine spray. It is a texture spray, but I don't know what it is. It has like a tiny bit of shine to it as well, which is weird. The spray is not sticky and it gives a great grip to the hair. It also is really brushable. And although the spray says thick, this is totally safe on fine hair. Regarding the silicones and the oils mentioned in the ingredients in this product, it's not heavy. In fact, I think these oils sort of soften the rest of the other ingredients in this product. This is perfect. I can do no better, Oribe. You have ruined my bank account. You win again. I would also rate this product a hell yeah. So my next category are the texture sprays that are like a texture spray hairspray hybrid. These sprays are good for when you want that dry texture feeling with the hold of a hairspray. For example, if you found that those classic texture sprays that I just mentioned are not really holding your hair, or when you're spraying them into your hair, they're just kind of like disappearing with no effect, you might want to look at these. At the end of this category, you're going to be asking yourself, is that a hairspray or a texture spray? And the difference is colossal. I'm going to start off this category with the Bumble Dry Spun Texture Spray. This spray isn't described as a hairspray by Bumble, but it's very similar and has really similar characteristics to a hairspray in my opinion. The polymer load in this product is heavier than a classic texture spray. And what I mean by that is that it kind of has those resin sticky feeling that you get from a hairspray. It's stickier than most texture sprays, even though the spray says dry, which is really confusing. There are also some nice conditioning agents in this product that probably help soften the stickiness in this product. The end result of this product is that it's kind of like a compromise between a hairspray and a texture spray. If you were in a very humid environment, I probably think this would be better than some classic texture sprays that don't have any hold in them. I think this product would be good for shorter hairstyles as well, just to give a little bit more texture or stronger texture. For me, I just feel it's too wet for longer hair. So I'm gonna give this product a meh. And if you have made it to this part of the video, why not like and subscribe, because I post weekly content on all things hair and you wouldn't want to miss that, would you? Maybe this video is meh, much like this product. Say what texture spray you like the most. The Color Wow style on steroids. This again is a hairspray type texture spray. So it has more hold than a classic texture spray, and it has a resin-like polymer that you find in hairsprays, much like the Bumble Dry Spun. But it's not too heavy, unlike the Dry Spun. I find this product still has a bit of stick, like all hairspray products, but it does dry down really well for a matte finish. It's closer to a hairspray DNA type product, but it does have zeolite in it, which is that lifting agent that you find in the Living Proof spray and the Oribe texturizing spray. I find it less wet than something like the Dry Spun from Bumble, and you definitely have more hold in this product. If you like hairspray, but you don't like that lacquer finish that you get with some hairsprays, then you're really gonna love this product. If you need something that lasts throughout the day, this is your girl. This isn't the most brushable product though. Texture sprays, when they get like this type of formulation, can make some of the hair stick together, and when you brush this out, it can cause small micro abrasions to the cuticle, which can be damaging to the overall health of your hair. So just to mitigate this, if you are brushing texture sprays out, just be really gentle. Use a more bristle brush to lightly detangle the hair. And also don't get too addicted to your texture sprays, like leave a few days. You don't have to have volume every single day. I would give this product a, yeah, I'd buy it again. Next, I have the Sam McKnight Easy Updo. This is a hairspray for sure, but it's touted as a texture spray and a hairspray. And it is a texture spray for one small reason, and that's the zeolite in the formula, which is that powdery, grippy ingredient that we were talking about before that's found in other texture spray formulations. But from an ingredient list perspective, this is primarily a hairspray. This product in terms of feel is very similar to Style on Steroids from Color Wow. I actually couldn't tell the difference that much. Like really similar, but the Sam McKnight definitely just has that a little bit more stick and tack that a hairspray would have. This is great as a hairspray for putting your hair up. It has some shine to it, but it doesn't feel overly lacquered or overly sticky like some types of hairsprays. You could use this on really curly hair, especially if you find that you really need that hold to get more texture. But if we are talking texture spray difference, this is a far cry from where we started in this video. I would give this product a, yeah, I'd buy it again, because it's a really good hairspray. I can use it when I need texture, but also when I need hold. Besides that, I just think it's a fantastic hairspray. Okay, last I have a final type of texture spray. This is more of a volume spray than a texture spray, but I think it really needs explanation. The Amika Rising Star Volume Finishing Spray, this isn't really a texture spray or a hairspray, because this product has film-forming polymers like hairsprays and those powders that you find in the classic texturizing sprays, but the difference here is that the product has a mix of conditioners and film modifiers in the mix. The conditioning agents counteract the harshness of the alcohol and the resin in this product, so you don't really get that stiff feel. It feels very different to other categories of volume texture sprays. The polymers in these sprays kind of coat the hair, creating like a scaffolding around the hair, giving it that volume. And this is especially useful at the root, creating that gritty feel. If you have hair that's soft after washing and you don't want that like slippy, flat feeling, this is really good for after that. It's a good option because it doesn't feel sticky and it gives your hair volume. It's kind of like dry mousse. Dry hair mousse. I have seen that Amika say that you can use this to revive your hair like a few days after you've washed your hair. I don't really agree with that because on fine hair, it can probably weigh it down a little bit. This doesn't act like a dry shampoo because the formulation is not really structured like a dry shampoo. And because of the emollients and some of the conditioning agents in it, this can feel a little bit heavy on fine hair after a few days of not washing your hair. I give this product a, yeah, I'd buy it again. I like the volume that it gives at the root and it doesn't make the hair feel rough. If you don't like the feeling of stick or tack or anything like that, this does it. It's really good for that. And my favorite texture spray for volume is the Living Proof Dry Texture Spray. This is amazing. It's so good. This is best for most hair types. It gives volume at the root. It refreshes hair. It builds well. The only problem that I have with this is that it's almost gone. Like it's almost gone. There's nothing in there. Because I have used it too much. I've used it all the time to make my hair big. It's so good. There's nothing left. And if you like this video, why not check out my video on heat protection sprays? I go over the technology of heat protectants. I debunk those crazy heat protection spray tests, and I share my favorite protection sprays tried and tested over years and years and years. Okay, that's it. I'll see you in the next video. I wonder how many times I have said spray in this video. Like, so many times. Spray, 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 spray. Spray.